This week, Steph is looking at the impact of inventions and innovations on the economy and on people's lives.
So today she's gone to the Sight Village in Birmingham, which is an exhibition to showcase technology for the blind and partially sighted. And she joins us now. Morning, Steph.
Good morning to you, Bill. Morning, everybody. Yes, this is Sight Village in Birmingham. They're just getting set up behind me. There's around 70 different businesses and organisations here who are showcasing their products to help people who are visually impaired to have a more independent life. I want to show you some of them because we've got a couple ready to demonstrate. First of all, Julie. Morning to you, morning. Julie. Right, tell us what you've got.
This is an Ultracane, which is an electronic mobility cane for blind people, which uses ultrasound to detect obstacles in the user's path. Yeah. And we've now transferred this technology onto a bike.
Right, so how does that work then?
Basically, it sends out ultrasound, and as the ultrasound detects an obstacle, that echo comes back off the obstacle, and it causes two buttons on the handle to vibrate and two buttons on here to vibrate as well, to let them know that's an obstacle in the path. And basically, you can avoid the obstacle by moving around it instead of walking into it, as you would do with a standard long white cane.
So people who are partially sighted would be able to cycle around on something like that?
Absolutely, and it means they can cycle around independently too. They don't have to ride tandem, they can actually cycle independently, but at the moment it can't be used on a normal street environment. It has to be used on a cycle track, and we're doing research and development with it at the moment, and hopefully it may well be a Paralympic sport in the future.
Excellent. Okay, well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Let's go and have a look at some more. We've got Alan over here who's going to show us a device called the Prodigy. Good morning to you, Alan.
Good morning.
Tell us what you've got.
Okay, so this is a new magnifier, it's the international launch of a product called Prodigy.
Yep.
So if you had a low vision customer who had difficulty reading this type of print, they can just place it onto the base of the Prodigy, and the tablet inside takes a photograph of the page. So in a little while, the image is being processed, and the customer can choose where they want to read. Now, if they're trying to read this with a magnifying glass, it'd be really, really difficult because the print quality is not very good.
Yeah.
So with Prodigy, just by a little tap on the keypad, we should have the screen, the text will fill up on the screen. It should start with saying nobody on there, and it will come up in what we call a diamond edge text.
Yeah.
So here it is, starting to come up on the screen.
So it magnifies.
It magnifies, makes it really, really sharp, and then the person can take it away with them.
Excellent. Okay, well, thanks very much for that.
You.
We've also got Terry here, who is a businessman also working in this sector. Good morning to you, Terry.
Morning.
Tell us a bit about what's the type of things that help your life and make you more independent.
Well, as a totally blind person, Braille is crucial to me when I'm working with all sorts of different things like my computer, my iPhone, etc. And so a device like this is fantastic because it enables me to actually read the information that a sighted person would see on the screen using this Braille display. And it's great to be here because Optelec, who I represent, have a range of different devices like this that just make a huge difference to people's lives, and we're really looking forward to getting the opportunity to show people them at the show this time.
Excellent. Well, thank you also, Terry. This morning we've both got another guest as well for you here, Cormac, who is from a charity, the Action for Blind People. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Cormac, how important is the equipment that we've got here and the different technology?
It's really, really important because the main thing we have in terms of getting blind and partially sighted people into work is the issue about technology. Now, technology is an essential thing. In some cases, it's small pieces of technology. It's not expensive technology, but that's a difference between someone who's blind and partially sighted being in work and not being in work. And that's where we try and work with employers and employees to make sure that they're the best chance of both getting work and staying in work.
Is it easy though, because looking at the figures, there are around half of the people who are registered as blind or partially sighted who aren't working, so how easy is it for people to get into work?
Unfortunately, the figures are even higher than that, and it's very, very difficult. And one of the issues is the prejudice of employers, and that's where we try and kind of come in to say there are issues we can put in place. There's access to work, we can work with employers, we can work with employees, and to create that situation to kind of break the kind of barriers of some of the ignorance surrounding it and some of the technology that can be put in place to get people into work and keep them in work.
Okay, Cormac. Also, thank you for your time this morning. I'm going to be here a bit later on as well, showing you more of the equipment. There's 70 businesses here, so we've got plenty of stuff to get round. But for now, back to you.
All right, Steph.